You lost the weight and now you're gaining some of it back. What to do? So I just heard from a friend who lost weight. She lost about 20 pounds. And now some of it's creeping back on. And I want to share with you exactly what I'm sharing with her because everyone has been in the situation at one time or another. So in this case, she, as I said, lost about 20 pounds and she's gained a little over 10 of it back. And she wants to get back there. So she wants to get back to 120. And the best advice, I'm going to throw a lot of tips out of there and you can all take what works for you and run with it. The first thing I'm going to do, I said this in a video the other day, and I wasn't just talking about weight loss, but do more of what works. So what worked to help you lose the weight? Do more of that. Sometimes women will come to me and say, oh yeah, I lost all this weight doing such and such. And then they gained it back when they stopped doing whatever they were doing. So, which is why I always encourage everybody to find something that is really sustainable, that becomes a lifestyle instead of just a program that you're on or off. And that's why I talk about prioritizing protein and produce, because it's truly a lifestyle. Building your meals around high quality protein dense foods, filling in with colorful fruits and veggies is just a healthy way to live. It's eating real food. And then you can adapt it to wherever you are, a 5-star restaurant, a convenience store. You can do this at a fast food place, like anywhere. Obviously, you can always make the best choices in your own home when you are buying the food and everything else. But what I would encourage, for example, in this case, my friend who wants to get back down to 120, I would encourage you to aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So if your goal is 120 pounds, you're gonna be wanting to get at least 120 grams of protein per day. And always making sure you're getting at least 30 per meal. That is what we need to activate muscle protein synthesis. So we maintain the lean body mass and we look toned, and that helps it, makes it easier to build muscle. I would stick to the simplest things possible. I think the easier, the simpler, the cleaner our meals are, like a basic burger and some veggies, we're going to skip that bun, piece of fish, and so like a grilled, salmon fillet, some veggies, like just keep it super simple. Eggs with maybe, I have this great turkey sausage recipe in my cookbook, but like eggs with some protein and a little fruit or something for breakfast. Just keeping things super simple. Another thing I like to say is eliminate decision fatigue, which kind of goes along those lines. So it can be so overwhelming. Sometimes there are so many choices. And I encourage people, and this is how I live my life, is come up with a few healthy meal options and don't be afraid to eat them on repeat, especially for breakfast and lunch. Like those can be on autopilot. My breakfast is always going to be 2 eggs with cottage cheese to boost the protein, or 2 eggs with some meat to boost the protein, or maybe one of the egg bakes from my cookbook. But like I can get eggs and some extra protein anywhere I go. I'm usually eating breakfast at home. I don't have to think about this. I don't have a big decision to make. Maybe that's not your favorite breakfast. In my cookbook, I've even some recipes for some protein shakes made with real food if you're better off like drinking your breakfast. Same thing at lunch. Have a few simple options. Maybe a small salad topped with some protein. Um, whatever your things are. I love tuna salad. That's easy to make ahead. But just sticking to some really simple options. Don't bring shit into the house. If there are foods, I have to follow this rule myself. If there are foods that you can't resist or that once you start, you can't stop, don't bring them into the house. For me, it's like chocolate chips. I can't have just a few. I'm going to want to eat the whole damn bag. So I don't bring them into the house unless I'm making a specific recipe that is going to use them up. I know some people where it's chips or it's baked goods, but whatever that thing is, if you can't like turn it down, like just don't bring it in the house. And maybe find, if you really enjoy, say, a sweet in the evening, find some healthier options. I love my 50-calorie brownies. They're great for when I want a little something chocolate, and they really are only 50 calories. So, walk, 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 walk. Walking is underrated for fat loss, for weight loss, for keeping us processing our emotions, all of the things. Especially this time of year, people can fall into some emotional eating patterns. So walking is super helpful to process your emotions. And then we encourage you, if another thing to do to keep yourself honest, and I do this myself, is write it down. I'm not saying you have to rigidly track every macro, but writing down what you're eating every day really helps to hold you accountable. I have a client that lost 35 pounds and kept it off. She never tracked a single macro, but she did write down what she was eating every single day to hold herself accountable. And I do this as well, and it really makes you think. Also, maybe you're used to eyeballing things, but you want to really track your protein and calories, then start measuring, because those eyeball estimates aren't always right. If you're sticking to protein and produce, and there's not a lot of extras there, you don't have to really think about it as much. But so those are some ideas. Again, increase the protein, make sure you're getting at least 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. Do more of what worked, like go back to what worked to help you lose the weight, eliminate decision fatigue, have some simple meals that you eat on repeat. Don't bring it into the house, and write it down. There are apps, but I think there's something really powerful to putting pen to paper. Hope this helps. Drop any questions in the comments. And again, if you are enjoying my content here on YouTube, I would be so honored if you subscribe, share these. Let's get the word out. You can love your body and your life at any age. Have an amazing day.